Welcome back to the HYROX Runner channel. This video follows my 6-week journey from my first HYROX in Warsaw through to the World Championships in Chicago. Once I had received confirmation of my England selection and World Championship place, I contacted Sam to discuss the next 6 weeks of training leading up to the World Championships. We agreed that the focus should be on improving my running time, together with those areas that I struggle with, i.e. burpee broad jumps, lunges and wall balls. One of the adjustments I made to improve my wall balls was actually to do 100 air squats after each of my 3 runs per week. I also amended my burpee broad jumps using the knee up first technique. This was much less tiring and improved my overall burpee broad jump time. During the 6 weeks, I also volunteered at the London HYROX event. It was great to see the other athletes taking part and really motivational. The regular squatting practices were really reaping rewards, and my wall ball times in training were coming down massively. Also improving were my running times, and a 21:18 5k on a difficult course really gave me confidence going into the World Championships. Even going on holiday, there were no excuses for not training, so I took quite a bit of equipment with me. With a week to go, training had gone really well, and indications were that I was going to get a good time at the World Championships. Then disaster struck. On my last training run, 2 days before flying to Chicago and 5 days before the World Championships, my calf muscle decided to play up, and I had to stop on my training run and walk 1.5 miles home. A major setback, but I was really hopeful that it would fix itself before the competition 5 days later. So off I went to Chicago, forever hopeful, with a change in mentality from compete to complete. I also decided to really enjoy the occasion, as it's not every day you get to represent your country in a World Championships. I met the winner of the Dublin event, and together we led out the England team in the Walk of Nations. Once we'd walked around the stadium and been sat in our place, all thoughts started turning towards the actual event. On the day itself, I decided just to do a light warm-up and not irritate my calf too much. I got in the starting pen with all the other competitors and then was ready for the off. After about 40 metres, it was obvious that my calf was going to play up, so I had to really ease back. The sight of the first aid station on the first lap was very tempting, but I decided to just try another lap and see how I could get on. I managed to run, but it was a much slower pace than I've been practicing in training. It was important for me to stay in the moment and take each run and each station as they came and see how I felt. At just over halfway, the adrenaline was keeping me going, and I could see the finish line was in sight. Everything changed at the sandbag lunges, and I felt really faint and thought I was going to pass out. I decided to stop, just regain my thoughts, and then go again. Something very similar happened to me on the Everest Marathon 2 years before, when I got to 20 miles and actually passed out, to be carried down the mountain by 2 Sherpas and then helicoptered to the local hospital.
Morning light.
The rest and reset was exactly what I needed. My original strategy of 10 metres of lunges, break, and then another 10 metres went straight out the window. I was just really trying to hang on and do whatever it took to get me through the lunges section. My legs were shot after the lunges, and all I could manage for the next run split was a steady walk. All that remained was the wall balls, and instead of my strategy of 10 wall balls in a break, it was more like 2 wall balls or 3 wall balls at a time. It was such a wonderful feeling completing the event and picking up my World Championship medal, and I vowed that I would be back one day. HYROX World Championships, you were brilliant. Chicago, you were fantastic. And now it was time for me to recuperate. With 5 months off through injury, I've had plenty of time to decide what I'm going to do next. So my focus now is on going sub 20 for a 5K, which I think will give me a podium place going forward. Future videos will detail my progress towards both of these goals. So from the Rocks Runner, it's bye for now.